Hello friends, today I will discuss the experiment on equivalent circuit of single phase induction motor. Here the aim is to know the equivalent circuit parameters by conducting the test at any slip. The nameplate details for the given experiment is like this. The single phase induction motor rated voltage is 230 volts and its rated current is 6.7 amperes, rated power is 1.5 HP and its rated speed is 1410 rpm and its operating frequency is 50 Hz and the variac that is used is nothing but a single phase variac and its rating is 2.5 kVA and its input voltage is maximum 240 volts and output can be varied from 0 to 270 and its current rating is 10 amperes. Next, coming to the apparatus, so we need the ammeter, voltmeter and wattmeter. So ammeter range is 0 to 10 amperes MI type, whereas the voltmeter is 0 to 300 volts, and in that case again we will have the what is called the voltmeter rating, that is 0 to 75 volts also required for conducting the block rotor test here. And here we use the 300 volts 10 amperes UPF wattmeter and also a 75 volts 10 amperes LPF wattmeter. UPF wattmeter is used for the block rotor test, whereas LPF wattmeter is used for no load test. Let us see the first what is the no load test circuit diagram. So here the no load test diagram is like this. This is the single phase AC supply 230 volts and here is the single phase variac and the output of the variac is connected to the motor, single phase induction motor like this, and the voltmeter connected across the supply or the output of the auto transformer is 0 to 300 volts MI type, whereas the ammeter rating is 0 to 10 amperes MI type, and whereas the wattmeter rating is 300 volts volt coil and 10 amperes current coil and LPF wattmeter. Here the LPF wattmeter is used for no load test because under no load conditions the power factor is low. In this no load test, initially we do not apply any load on the rotor of the single phase induction motor. So in this case, first the switch is closed here so that the input voltage will become 230 volts to the auto transformer. The auto transformer output can be changed or varied, and this variation is adjusted in such a way that the applied voltage is 230 volts. Under this condition, note down the voltmeter reading, that is 230 volts we get here, we adjust because of it, and then ammeter reading also we note down, and then wattmeter reading also we note down. So having noting down all this, that completes the no load test on single phase induction motor. And if you look at the no load test for this machine, the applied voltage is 230 volts and the current drawn under no load conditions is 4.6 amperes, whereas the wattmeter reading is 248 watts. Now let us see the block rotor test on single phase induction motor. So again the circuit is similar to the previous one. This is the single phase AC supply available, and this is the single pole single throw switch, and this is the fuse, and this is the variac, and whose input maximum voltage allowed is 240 volts, whereas the output voltage is 0 to 270 is possible, but whereas here we vary slowly. And this is the ammeter used, that is 0 to 10 amperes MI type, and here voltmeter is 0 to 75 volts, and this is the wattmeter whose voltage coil is 75 volts, current coil is 10 amperes, and its power factor is unity power factor. In this test, initially we tied this single phase induction motor rotor by using these ropes, and here you will find S1, S2, and the ultimate aim is to block the rotor completely. And after that we see that the output of the auto transformer is at 0, and now close the switch here, and then the 230 volts will become the input to the auto transformer. Now the auto transformer output jockey is slowly varied in such a way that this ammeter shows the rated current of this motor, and the rated current of this motor is given in the nameplate details as 6.7 amperes. Until 6.7 amperes is read by this ammeter, this output voltage of the variac should be varied slowly. Once the ammeter shows the 6.7 amperes, then stop varying the output voltage of the auto transformer, then note down the voltmeter reading and this ammeter reading and wattmeter reading, and after this loose this rope such a way that the rotor will become loose, free to rotate, and then you bring back this jockey or the output of the variac to 0 position, then switch off this supply. Once we complete this taking the readings will become like this. For this case, the voltmeter showing the 52 volts, whereas the ammeter showing the rated current as per the nameplate details as 6.7 amperes, whereas the wattmeter, that is UPF wattmeter, showing 352 watts. Once these readings are known, that is no load test data and the block rotor test data, and if you know the equivalent circuit of the single phase induction motor, that is like this. This is R1M, X1M, this is XM by 2, X2 dash by 2, and this is R2 dash by 2S, and here also X2 dash by 2, and here R2 dash by 2 minus 2 into 2 minus S, and this is XM by 2, here also XM by 2. And this part is called the ZF, means this whole branch is called forward biased forward impedance, and whereas this is backward impedance. And we need to know what is this individual components. So for getting R1M, so we initially pass the DC current, low DC current to the standstill motor, and then we calculate it, and then we multiply that with the 1.5 times, so that we get the stator resistance per phase under AC conditions. Now let us see the analysis of this. First, take the block rotor test data. Blocking the rotor means the slip becomes 1, and we know what is the block rotor test readings, that is voltmeter reading is VSC, and the current correspondingly is we call as ISC, and the impedance we call as ZSC. So since voltmeter ammeter readings are known, so we can calculate what is ZSC, and because wattmeter reading is known and ammeter reading is also known, so we can calculate what is called RSC under block rotor condition, that is WSC divided by ISC square, and we know the impedance formula, so we can calculate what is XSC, that is root of ZSC square minus RSC square. And I already told R1M is nothing but the impedance resistance of the stator per phase, taking the skin effect into account. This RDC is the DC resistance, multiplying with 1.2 means taking the skin effect into account. And once this is known and this we can substitute here. RSC is known from the readings, so we can calculate what is R2 dash. And once we know this, we go to the no load test data, we know voltmeter reading and ammeter reading, that is V0 and I0. So then we can calculate what is the no load impedance. Z0 is nothing but V0 by I0, and from that we can calculate what is called the X0. X0 is nothing but root of Z0 square minus R0 square, and this R0 can be calculated just similar to the RSC value, that is W0 by divided by I0 square, and from that once we know that R0 square, we can calculate what is X0, and we know the formula, that is X0 is equal to X1m plus X2 dash by 2 plus Xm by 2, and for all practical purpose we say X1m is equal to X2 dash is equal to XSC by 2. So this XSC will come from the block rotor test, and once we substitute this value here, then we can calculate what is called Xm value. Once we know the Xm, so we can say all parameters are calculated for the given circuit or for given motor, and once we know all those values, just draw this diagram, substitute all the values in this diagram. That completes what is called the equivalent circuit parameters.